Hi, this is Mark with your update for the week commencing Sunday 17th of January. We've had some good weeks until midweek last week when suddenly things started to get extremely jumpy and very technically difficult to analyze where price is going to go next. Tomorrow is Martin Luther King Day in the US, big US public holiday. And I don't know why, but a few years ago, we had a similar situation to this early on in my forex career, where suddenly January was very jittery, and then suddenly everything improved after Martin Luther King Day. So I don't know if it's the rich dudes have extremely long Christmas holidays and all come back on Tuesday or what, but I am hoping that or the news that's coming this week is going to do something to these markets. These are extremely difficult to trade from technical analysis. And if you see here the EURUSD, we have had, I'll just make this larger for you to see, we've had bounces for the last 5 weeks or 4 weeks prior to last week off this 55 EMA on the weekly chart. And we are also bouncing continuously, and again happened this week, off the weekly trend line. Now, if you notice here, this is what's called a spinning top. This means that price opened here last week, went all the way up there, all the way back down there, and basically ended up where it started. And this is the difficulty for us. Now, on an intraday basis, we have been trading mainly off the 4-hour charts, but here you can see we've been particularly paying attention to Bollinger Bands. And you can see here, I told my followers on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, if the Bollinger Bands opened upwards, there was more likelihood the euro would go up. If not, it was more likely to come down. And again, this is the weekly trend line. So at the minute, we are stuck really roughly between 4,500 and this area here. Now, on the 4-hour, I have here a upper trend line, and you can see that price has respected this on numerous occasions, including last week. So initially, we were taking bounces off 4,500 horizontal line, and last week we started to take bounces back down off this upper trend line. Equally, we have a lower trend line, which is this line here, which price spiked on Friday. The reason why this is so messy is that there are so many points now. Price on Friday spiked through 43.50 and the trend line, and then promptly closed above it. So the danger now is if it goes back up, then with limited potential moves back up, maybe only as far as these EMAs at 44.50 area. And if it breaks down, we have similar problems. We have 43.50 in the way, then 4300, which was major support and resistance, and then 42.50, which was prior major support and resistance. There's also EMAs all over the place. So the only thing I can suggest is for Martin Luther King Day, I strongly recommend you just leave it alone. If you're in the US, enjoy your holiday, and if you're not, then sit on the sidelines and wait and see. If you do decide to trade, then only look for small breaks and bounces back up. But they are starting, this pairs, a lot of them are now starting to look bearish. And this is the EURUSD. Again, the stochastics are pointing down. We look like we may be getting a 5-8 cross here, but it's got to clear all this for me to get involved. So we are in a waiting pattern. Now, dollar Swissy. Dollar Swissy, this is a weekly chart. Previous 4 weeks, price came up, touched the line, and all we need to do really is short at this upper line, and we were into profit. And this on the Swissy, for example, would now be 260 pips profit. So there are trades there, but you're either going to have to trade the longer term with a bigger stop, or you're going to have to be nipping in and out of smaller trades. I find in the daily very difficult to predict at the minute. This is the Swissy daily. We have this trend line, and it was more obvious on the 4-hour, which I'll show you in a second, but we were stuck in this range here. Normally we would look for a breakout, and then we'd be looking for a pullback tomorrow with a view to going long. But EMA's in the way, jittery markets, public holiday, I'm going to wait a day. I will show you this 4-hour. This is what was showing last week to my people. It was saying that price was just getting trapped in this area. Now, it did work a little bit on the standard breakout and pullback, but this lot in the way would have kept me out of it. This is the pound dollar. Pound dollar broke 163. We were waiting all week for 163 to break, and then we think, woohoo, well, here we go. We're on our way back up to 167. Again, I told my followers on Thursday, look for Bollinger Bands, Thursday, Friday, and said even though it closed above 163, which normally I'd want to get involved, watch the Bollingers, it slammed shut. These Bollinger Bands have been giving great clues on lots of pairs just lately. When they slam shut like this, price 90% of the time goes down the other way. Rarely will a Bollinger Band break when it is that pattern. Again, stochastics at the moment are in the overbought area. It's all a mishmash. If it's going to come back down, then it's got this lot in the way. Again, let's have a look on the 4-hour chart. Here, what I've placed on here is this is the weekly 55 EMA, which you can see on Thursday, Friday, price struggled up. This is the daily 55. This is the daily 200, and this is obviously the 4-hour 200. So all around here is loads and loads of reasons why price is going to bounce and react. So we need confirmed breakouts. We need confirmed breakout below 162. Just go back and check on the daily, which is also this 200 EMA. Then it would give a bit more confidence. It's a little clearer, it's certainly clearer below than it is above. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do detailed analysis tomorrow for Tuesday. I'll have a quick flick through the rest of these, but don't. My advice is don't trade it tomorrow. It's extremely difficult. Dollar yen, again, would have been a decent signal the week before, just a simple short off this top upper trend line. Again, notice the Bollinger Band. This is on a weekly yen. But on the daily, the yen at the moment, the Bollingers are well out of the way. But again, we have the 4-hour 200 EMA with the daily 55 EMA. We have a previous support and resistance. And what price has done is, had price broken through here on Friday, then I would be thinking of a short. But price has stopped to the pip on the damn EMA. And Euro Pound was another one. Euro Pound, we'd had 5-6 occasions in the past where we had taken bounce trades off this 200 EMA. Price broke it on Friday, which we think great. Now we're off down. But what's happened? This is horizontal support and resistance. So it did spike down to 88.20, but this is a major horizontal support and resistance line going back to August. Where did it stop? At that point. So again, below there we've got previous resistance and support very close. So again, I don't know which way it's going to go. I'm going to leave it. My motto for all of these things, if in doubt, stay out. Now, Euro Yen. Euro Yen did break clearly through a recent area of strong support, which was 13170. A few days when it came down and closed just above here, but it did close above. The only way you could look at this is perhaps look for a pullback to the 50% or even 60% fib. But again, not for me at the moment. Pound yen, another further example. Price bouncing between upper trend line, horizontal support and resistance line, and lower. Yes, we had a horrible spike on Thursday, which is why I don't like the pound yen in the first place. But in general, price is moving between the two. Where's it stopped? Smack on the EMA. CAD, excuse me, I have a shocking cold. The CAD, we said on Friday to look for a potential bounce trade of 1.0200, which was down here. I placed my order at 1.0220. As you know, we looked to go 10, 20 pips above when they were on the daily chart. Missed it by 2.5 pips, and it promptly went to by 86. Gold again is back at the 50% fib on the daily chart, and back on this trend line, which you can see here has acted as support. Spike through, but now we have the 50% through. The thing with gold, I don't trade it, but I use it as an indicator for the Aussie dollar. The Aussie dollar, the Australian economy, and the Aussie dollar, US dollar are closely correlated. Again, look for the Bollinger Band tomorrow morning. Market open, if this slams shut, would confirm it's more likely to go down than up. New Zealand dollar again follows the Aussie dollar. I got bored with this last week. I said to leave it alone. It was simply trapped in this tiny range of about 100 odd pips. And this is a daily chart. Up, down, up and down, up, down, and back here again. No idea where it's going next. EuroCAD, there was an LNT signal on here. I said I wasn't taking it because I thought it would stop at this double bottom. And this was the double bottom on the daily and the weekly CAD. So for me, it kept me out. Did, however, make 80 odd pips, 100 on some platforms. Dollar yen the other week rejected at 61.8. It's now stuck. This is a weekly chart. It's now going up and down between the 200 EMA and that upper area. So I'll do a detailed report tomorrow and I will post it on the blog. But my best advice for tomorrow is maybe if you wish to trade, try the London Open technique, the M1. But in general, I would recommend you sit it out. Let's wait for the markets to give us the direction. Have a good week.